Bad movies that wasted great concepts. With regards to motion pictures, nothing harms more than viewing a good thought being horribly executed. Squandered potential will undoubtedly occur in an innovative field like movie making. However, the scourge of thinking about what might have been is something that exacerbates a terrible film. From awful bearing and an inability to comprehend a thought's latent capacity, to horrible composing that drive a shrewd idea straight into a divider, here are 10 horrendous motion pictures that sadly squandered fantastic thoughts. Number 147, Ronin, 2013. The idea, a fictionalized adaptation of the celebrated Japanese feud anecdote about a gathering of 47 masterless samurai who go on a dull mission to retaliate for the demise of their lord. In any case, there is a bend. Rather than an exemplary samurai film, the story is reconsidered with a dream turn that incorporates witches, monsters and mythical serpents, all dependent on exceptionally old Japanese fables. How it was squandered. For a film that was sold as Zack Snyder's 300, however, in Japan, you would believe that 47 Ronin comprehended that all it needed to do was convey cool characters and adapted activity scenes to work. Shockingly, with a chief fundamentally known for making EDM music recordings in charge, the film ended up being a vacant drag with next to no to show for. Regardless of some intriguing visuals, the samurai story everybody needed to see got auxiliary to constrained connections between characters the film can't get you to think about. Indeed, even the adorable Keanu Reeves couldn't save the sad 47 Ronin, and it got one of the greatest film industry bombs of the decade. Number 2, Red Riding Hood, 2011. The idea, the exemplary story of the Red Riding Hood, however rethought as a whodunit murder secret, in which the killer we are attempting to expose is the infamous two-timer, a werewolf, who covers up as a typical habitant of the town during the day. Added to that is a heavenly cast, including Amanda Seyfried as the nominal character and Oscar-winning Gary Oldman as an erratic witch tracker. Sounds like fun, correct? What might turn out badly? How it was squandered. First off, giving off an idea like this to the overseer of Nightfall was presumably not the best plan in any case. Catherine Hardwicke turned what could have been a ridiculous loathsomeness/secret rehash of an exemplary fantasy into an unbelievably exhausting teenager sentiment with an extraordinary bend that pays attention to itself way as well. Thus, regardless of some capable exhibitions, and the peculiar truth that this film was created by Leonardo DiCaprio, Red Riding Hood was totally crushed by pundits and crowds upon discharge. Also, normally, the conceivable spin-off that was set up toward the finish of the film never showed up. Number 3, The Cloverfield Paradox, 2018. The idea, a high-idea space spine chiller about a team of space travelers who attempt to utilize an atom smasher to give Earth limitless energy, and inadvertently wind up opening entries to resemble universes. The film uncovers itself to be a mystery prequel clarifying why, and how, the occasions of 2008's Cloverfield and 2016's 10 Cloverfield Lane occurred. How it was squandered. Despite an astute Super Bowl showcasing effort that no one saw coming, The Cloverfield Paradox was an awful stumble that totally fizzled at its guarantee to make the Cloverfield world turn up at ground zero. The film is loaded with pointless storylines and disjointed turns that really make a significant measure of plot openings inside the narrative of the initial two movies, instead of making everything meet up. Past its engaging style, The Cloverfield Paradox is a flat film that has less and less rhyme or reason the more you consider everything, regardless of whether it was intended to close a generally splendid set of 3. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel for videos. Number 4, Gemini Man, 2019. The idea, Henry, an incredibly hazardous professional killer in his 50s, ends up being pursued by another, more horrendous soldier of fortune, who ends up being a more youthful variant of himself. Acknowledging he has been cloned, Henry goes on a mission to find the beginnings of his twofold, while attempting to get away from him. Basically, it is a film about a more seasoned Will Smith battling a more youthful Will Smith in an insane ride of exemplary Hollywood activity. How is it possible that anyone would wreck this? How it was squandered. Gemini Man is celebrated in the film business for having gone through 22 years being developed. Damnation. Indeed, past adaptations of the film had the vast majority of the greatest entertainers in Hollywood join to it. Harrison Ford, Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington and even Clint Eastwood were once considered to assume the principal job. Yet, oh dear, it is Will Smith who unfolded the job of Henry Brogan, and it was a finished fiasco. Gemini Man was reviled with one of the most exceedingly terrible composed contents this previous decade has found in significant activity blockbusters, and upon discharge, it immediately turned out to be evident that, parse the energizing thought of having a CGI youthful Will Smith on screen, the film didn't generally have a clue what to with its own story, and couldn't force itself to legitimize being anything over a brief short film. It embarrassingly turned into 2019's greatest film industry disappointment, losing Paramount Pictures over $75 million simultaneously. Number 5. Tomorrowland, 2015. The Idea, a science fiction epic about a previous creator and a smart adolescent young lady who end up going on an insane experience as they endeavor to settle the puzzle of Tomorrowland, a baffling cutting-edge world that exists in a substitute measurement. Add George Clooney, Hugh Laurie and Britt Robertson as the fundamental cast, and you get insane promotion for your film. How it was squandered. While Tomorrowland works admirably at building the secret that frames its inconceivably imaginative center idea, it takes a severe turn towards the third demonstration that squanders the entirety of the potential it has to bring to the table. The film unexpectedly chooses to be cognizant and discards its phenomenal development and world structure to pound in a sermonizing message to the crowd, an underhanded move that killed pundits and made the film a mistake for everybody. At last, Tomorrowland lost Disney $140 million, and it totally vanished from the world's cognizance.